And sometimes it just takes a change of attitude. There is a story of a father playing Dungeons and Dragons with his daughters, and the village gets, the fictional village, their fictional inhabitants get threatened by wolves. And the father tries to amass weapons so that the wolves can be driven away. The daughters follow a totally different strategy. They amass animal food to feed the wolves and make them tame. So, since us Unitarians know that we should feed the good wolf, there is another example of what you can do with wolves. And for all people who have problems with this Christmas more than with the Christmases before and long for comfort, I had me doubts, and I still have some, all my reservations about the song of St. Francis, which is not actually St. Francis, but it's a misnomer, and Tom could tell you the whole story, but otherwise I would sit for ages in the cold. But it has the lines in it, and I don't quote verbatim, that it is more important to be the comforter than to be comforted. Now, what I do like is when science suddenly seems to back up religion. I've recently heard a report about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder in children who had been in war zones, severe family abuse situations, and things of a similar caliber. And there was a younger children's group and a slightly older one. And the assumption was that the older ones would actually be more aware of how bad things are and would be worse affected. The opposite actually meant it was true, because the older ones comforted very often the younger siblings and thus actually overcome adverse situations better. And it was the younger ones which were left totally bewildered, who felt more shocked, more traumatized, more faced with something for which neither pictures nor words seemed to be big enough. Somehow, some clever person had an idea what might help, because it is not always possible to remove all children from danger zones. And the possibilities were some really rather strange looking soft toys with long wobbly legs. And it was told to the young children that these soft toys, just like them, couldn't flee from what made them so afraid. So they needed to be comforted. And the long legs wrapped around the children. And that made them feel better. Now, I'm not saying get yourself a soft toy with long legs, but look at the wolves in your lives. We all have some. Take the wolves out of your closet, because a closet is no place for a wolf. Face them, tame them, and go in confidence that as a comforter, you will be comforted too. Probably not tit for tat, probably not even next day, but you are loved, you will be loved. No love is unrequited, and especially not the love from him, her, them, it, which we, for simplicity, just might call God. Go with the feeling of this love in your heart and let it warm you So, amen. Now, I'll let you come to your own conclusion. And I know we can't always smile at the world, but one saying I've always loved is, a smile is the shortest connection between two human beings. And there is another smile story which I would like to tell. Again, it is set in winter, and a couple returns late. They might have been to a Christmas party or visiting some relations, and it's really icy weather. And the husband puts the key in the door lock, and it doesn't work. And he does it again. And the wife just stands next to him and doesn't say very much. And he finds that even more irritating. So he says, "Could you do it better? There's something wrong with that lock." And the wife just smiles back and says, "No, it's not the lock, it's your face." And first he doesn't get it, and then he suddenly starts to laugh. And then he tries again. And because he had been all tense, and that was the reason why he couldn't get to grips with the lock, now the door miraculously opens. So a smile opens doors too. Doors to houses, and even more important, doors to other people. And we have the tradition that, curtains permitting, and that is a big advice to everybody, and quite fire safety conscious, people actually put lights in their windows at Christmas time. And I think it's a lovely tradition. And I have recently heard that now it is also custom to put a green light in the window, and that is to welcome people who are not from the region you come from. In other words, foreigners, refugees, asylum seekers, all the incomers, because green, by popular tradition, is the color of hope. So if you put a candle in your window, why not making it a green one? That might be the expression of your smile being also there when you can't